Hello and a warm welcome to all our viewers who are joining us today. Today, we're setting sail on an incredible journey, the journey of childbirth and newborn care. It's a voyage that millions embark on every year, a universal experience that unites us all, yet remains uniquely personal to each mother and child. In this video, we'll delve into the fascinating world of childbirth, from the first stirrings of labor to the magical moment of delivery. But our journey doesn't end there. We'll also explore the crucial period that follows as both mother and baby navigate the uncharted waters of postpartum recovery and newborn care. From understanding the stages of labor to grasping the basics of newborn care, this video aims to demystify these processes, breaking them down into easy-to-understand segments and offering tips and guidance along the way. So, if you're curious, excited, or even a little nervous about what lies ahead, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe and share our content if you find it useful. Enjoy the journey we are about to embark on together. Childbirth is a beautiful yet complex process. It's a journey not just for the mother, but also for the baby. In the grand scheme of life, it's the first major milestone, marking the transition from a snug womb to the vast world outside. To better understand this journey, let's break it down into its main stages. First up, we have the shortening and opening of the cervix, a process known as cervical ripening. This prepares the cervix for the stretching it must undergo during birth. It's like the warm-up before a big race, setting the stage for the marathon that lies ahead. Next comes the descent and birth of the baby. This is where the baby, guided by contractions, makes its way down the birth canal and into the world. It's a remarkable journey, with the baby's head often molding to navigate the tight passage. This is also where the term crowning comes from, as the baby's head becomes visible at the vaginal opening. Following the birth of the baby, we have the delivery of the placenta, often referred to as the afterbirth. This organ, which provided nourishment to the baby in the womb, is no longer needed and is thus expelled from the body. It's the final act in the birthing process, signifying the end of labor. But the journey doesn't end there. The fourth stage of childbirth is postpartum recovery, a crucial period where both mother and baby are closely monitored for any complications. This is also a time of profound bonding, with hormones like oxytocin playing a pivotal role in fostering maternal behavior and attachment. These stages might seem daunting, but remember, each one is a crucial step in the incredible journey of bringing new life into the world. Understanding these stages can help demystify the process of childbirth. Once the baby is born, the journey isn't over. There's a stage called postpartum recovery. This period, often overlooked, is a significant phase where the mother's body undergoes a lot of changes as it transitions from pregnancy to its pre-pregnancy state. It's a time when the body heals and recovers from childbirth, and hormones adjust back to normal levels. During this stage, the mother might experience afterpains or contractions as the uterus starts to shrink back to its original size. There's also a process called lochia, where the body disposes of excess blood and tissue that lined the uterus during pregnancy. This might seem alarming, but it's a normal part of recovery. Postpartum recovery is not just about physical healing. It's also a time when new mothers adjust to the emotional and psychological changes that come with caring for a newborn. It's common to feel a whirlwind of emotions, from joy and love to anxiety and sadness. This is also the stage where the mother's body prepares for breastfeeding. It's a natural process, but it can be challenging for some. It's important to remember that everyone's journey is unique, and it's okay to seek help and support. Remember, this recovery period is not a race. It's a time to rest, heal, and bond with your newborn. Taking care of yourself is just as important as taking care of your baby, because a healthy mom means a healthy baby. Postpartum recovery is a crucial stage that ensures the health and well-being of both mom and baby. Bringing a new baby into the world is exciting, but it can also be a little daunting. But don't worry, we're here to guide you through the basics of newborn care. First things first, feeding your baby. It's crucial to remember that newborns need to be fed frequently, every 2 to 3 hours in fact. Whether you choose to breastfeed or use formula, make sure that your baby is getting enough nutrition. You'll know they're eating enough if they're producing about 6 wet diapers a day. Next, let's talk about bathing. Unlike adults, newborns don't need baths every day. In fact, 2 to 3 times a week is enough. Remember to keep the water lukewarm and never leave your baby unattended in the bath. Moving on to sleep patterns. Newborns sleep a lot, up to 16 to 17 hours a day, but they might not do it all at once. They tend to sleep in bursts of 2 to 4 hours throughout the day and night. It might take a few months for your baby to adapt to a more regular sleep schedule. Health checkups are also a vital part of newborn care. Your baby will need several checkups in their first year to make sure they're growing and developing properly. These appointments are also a great opportunity to ask your healthcare provider any questions you might have. Remember, every baby is different, and what works for one might not work for another. It's all about getting to know your little one and adapting your routines to suit their needs. Once you understand these basics, taking care of a newborn becomes a journey filled with joy and discovery. Caring for a newborn is a big responsibility, and there are a few key points every new parent should keep in mind. The first few weeks with your little one can be a whirlwind of feeding, changing, and trying to grab a few hours of sleep when you can. But there's more to newborn care than mastering the basics. Keeping an eye out for signs of illness is crucial. Newborns can't tell us when they're feeling unwell, so we need to be vigilant. A fever, lack of appetite, unusual sleepiness, or a change in behavior might be your first clue that something's amiss. If you're unsure, always consult a healthcare professional. They're there to help and support you on this journey. Next, let's talk about feeding. Whether you're breastfeeding, bottle feeding, or combining the two, maintaining a consistent feeding schedule is key. A newborn needs to be fed every 2 to 3 hours, which can feel like a marathon. But remember, this is only temporary. And don't stress if your baby doesn't stick to the script. They'll let you know when they're hungry. Sleep is another major player in your baby's growth and development. Newborns sleep up to 16 hours a day, but not all at once. They'll wake up every few hours needing a feed or a change before drifting back to sleep. It's important to let them sleep as much as they need, as it's during these sleep cycles that their little bodies grow and develop. And finally, remember to enjoy this time. The newborn phase, though exhausting, is fleeting. Soak up all the cuddles, coos, and even the late-night feeds. These are precious moments you'll remember long after your baby has grown. Remembering these points can help you provide the best possible care for your newborn. We've covered a lot of ground today, and we hope you found this information helpful. We traversed the incredible journey of childbirth, understanding its various stages and the natural wonders it entails. From the initial contractions to the magical moment of birth, it's a process that brings a new human life into the world. We also discussed postpartum recovery, an essential phase that often doesn't get as much attention as it deserves. It's a time for healing and bonding, a time to adjust to the new dynamics of life with a newborn. Remember, it's okay to ask for help and to take time for yourself during this period. In our conversation about newborn care basics, we emphasize the importance of understanding your baby's needs. From feeding to sleeping patterns, every baby is unique, and learning to navigate this new terrain can be both challenging and rewarding. Our final segment, Things to Remember, served as a gentle reminder that while this journey is beautiful, it can also be complex. It's essential to stay informed, to be patient with yourself and your baby, and to seek professional advice when needed. While we've tried to provide a comprehensive guide, we know that every journey of childbirth and parenthood is unique. So if you have more questions or concerns, we encourage you to consult a healthcare professional. Remember, you're doing great, and it's okay not to have all the answers. The learning curve is steep, but the rewards are immeasurable. Let's continue this journey together, learning, growing, and sharing in the wonder of human life. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate your time and hope to see you again in our next video.